What up, everyone? You know who I am. My name is Jack Slater, aka the Comic Outlaw. Yeah. And if you clicked on this channel by mistake and you're under 18, you better get the fuck off my channel. This is for adults. Yeah. Talk about grown man shit here. Oh, grown person shit. Because women watch this too, you know. And you know that I likes me a good horror here and there. And this movie, Ma, this kind of blew my expectations. And of course, this has Octavia Spencer. I didn't want to mess up her name. She's a really good actress. She does a lot of funny stuff, but this shows her stripes as an actress. For real. This movie has a very classic horror movie feel to it. And when I say classic, I don't mean like Freddy Krueger or Michael Myers. Well, maybe a little bit of that, but more of a Hitchcock sort of feel with the 80s tropes thrown in, because it still involves teenagers in danger, of course, you know, the partying, the tropes of that, you know, but it has a modern kind of Hitchcock feel to it. And I don't know if you guys know who Hitchcock is. Alfred Hitchcock. If you don't, and you watch horror movies, damn. Damn. He's the guy that did Psycho. Birds. Okay? If you don't know what that is, look that shit up. But this movie, damn, I watched this movie and I was like, hell yes. Because, alright, this is what caught me. The producers from Get Out and Halloween. I loved Get Out. Get Out was another movie that gave me a Twilight Zone, Hitchcock kind of appeal with a horror. There was elements of horror, but it was more suspense and thriller and something that could happen in real life. You know what I mean? Like real life. You know, we all have different beliefs and ghosts, phantoms, you know, but this is just a good old fashioned knife wielding human story. And who doesn't love a little humanity in their stories? A little blood and bone. uh, anyways, as you know on my show, I do massive spoilers, so this is your point right now to sit here and go like this, la la la, because I'm probably going to be dumping all kinds of shit out right now. This movie is great. This movie is this teenage girl, and I'm giving very vague details because I really want people to watch this movie. Moves into a town in Ohio. Her mom used to live there a long time ago and go to high school there. She meets up with some friends, and of course, what do teenagers do in a small town? They want to get some booze, they want to drink, they want to go somewhere, have a little fire, you know, do what teens do, you know, back in that age. And, you know, some of you tight asses are sitting there going, not me. But you did something like that, and if you didn't, then I feel sorry for you. Anyways, they need someone to buy them beer. They hit her up. She gets them some booze. And then she sort of calls the cops on them. It's a very interesting story. It's about someone that's waited a long time for revenge, because back in the day, she was humiliated in high school by the parents of some of these kids in this friendship group. And she sort of plotted her revenge all this time, thinking of a way to do it, and this opportunity just fell at her feet, which makes this so much, just check it out, which makes this so much more interesting. And it's interesting how the story kind of unfolds. She invites them to their basement to kind of party and have fun. Like early on, there's signs that she may be a little unstable. I'm giving you broad strokes, even though I'm giving you spoilers, because I really want people to watch this movie. They end up partying there. Her house becomes a party house. They become attached to her. She becomes sort of obsessed with them. They begin to see cracks in who she is, and you get to find out more about her and why she's so messed up, why she's so broken. And there's also an interesting subplot with her and her daughter. And again, I'm only giving you broad strokes because this movie's so good, and when it brings everything together, it really ties in. You know, it's just kind of in the vein of like Seven or Kiss the Girls. Again, other horror movies, horror suspense movies you should look up, or like Silence of the Lambs, something like, you know, where it's a more modern build and it's more psychotic driven. Very interesting. I love this movie. The alternate ending is off the chain. It leaves it open for a sequel, which I really hope happens. This movie has a lot of potential. I'm not saying a 6, 7-parter because I get really tired of those. Few franchises can actually pull it off, resurrect and pull it off. But I could definitely see a part 2, maybe a 3 if the story's right, but definitely a sequel. It has enough weight for the sequel. And this is very broad strokes, I know. But certain movies need to be kind of told in broad strokes so you can watch it. You know, I lay it out for you as the audience to play it out. You know. And this movie's good, you know. And not every horror movie has to be these elaborate booby traps or, you know, a serial killer like raping and cutting people in half, or, you know, a chainsaw, or even the nightmare demon himself, one of the great Mount Rushmores of horror, Freddy Krueger coming out. Sometimes a simple story, a simple build, a simple killer, you know, with a knife, tension, some psychotic urges, a plan. You know, throw in some teenagers, some beer, a little party, a little storyline, and you got yourself a good story. And I have to give credit to the lead actress. I've seen her in a lot of funny things, but she really showed me something on this. Here you see the back. I got this at just a thrift shop. Bada bomb. Good movie. I'd recommend getting the one with the alternate ending. You're really gonna want to watch that. I don't really want to kind of give away how it ends because it's very cool. Like it's very few horror movies nowadays kind of have that cool factor to it. You know, they always try to go for this or that, or they try to make things too dramatic. And I understand drama has its place in horror, but damn, sometimes they just soak it on, you know. This movie tells a really good story. And I was very glad that it was the producers from Get Out. I loved Get Out. The other movie, Us, it was alright. I think that there should be a deluxe version of that movie. I think there's a lot of story missing from that movie, and that's why I think it was hard for some people to follow. I understood the premise, but Get Out was a tighter story. It told a very more concise story, and something that was in the realm of reality, like a Hitchcock or Twilight Zone or something like that, you know, like one of those murder mystery or, you know, kind of things. Kiss the Girls, like I've said before. Seven, Hannibal, you know, that builds like that. So this is Ma. Check it out. If you haven't seen it, I recommend seeing it. Like I said, I do love my classic horror movies. You know, if you watch this channel, you know that I love classic horror, but this is also classic horror. This is what suspense horror is all about. Yes, it's worth the watch. It's worth sitting there. And like I said, if you're lucky enough to get the one with the alternate ending, I recommend it. And as always, this is the Comic Outlaw. And my house is always open to party. I love a good party, if you know what I'm saying. And I'll catch you on the flip side.